think we got it. All right, here we are. It has been a hot minute since I have been live. Let me see if I can't find myself. There we go. We're going to share the link, copy the link. We're going to go put it in the Facebook group. Kicking off. Follow a sketch. February. Put in the link. Post. And it's going. Yay, it's been published. Okay, so here is today's sketch. If I can get myself, this is Page Maps sketch, February 1st. 2 photos, a bunch of decorative bits. So I've got 2 photos and a bunch of decorative bits. Now I'm going to go see if I can't get to the live so I can. I hate when they make me advertise like my own. I have to watch an advertisement for my own thing. Okay, here we go. We got the live chat. All right. So let's see what we can do, guys. I did pull out a bunch of stuff. I might have to pull out more things just to make that happen. But I wanted to really just get into it. And I think what I'm going to do, one of the things I'm going to do is matte everything in black. And that is going to include the background. So I need to grab a sheet of black cardstock. Hello everyone who is joining. I can see people joining. So hi guys. Hi. Okay, so what I'm going to do is trim out everything in black, which is not a new technique, right? Like it's something I have done in the past. It is something I have enjoyed doing. It's something that I like to see. I did notice that my ATG was acting a little bit funny. I meant to fix that before we went live, but here we are. Yay! Steak dinner. That's awesome. Lana's cooking for us tonight. She made dinner for us the other night. She made stuffed pork chops, and it was one of the days that I was so sick, and I really couldn't eat. Wow, somebody cut something crooked, and I really couldn't eat. So she's doing a redo tonight. I guess that's not actually that crooked. What is going on here? Oh, the black cardstock has a bend in it. Okay. It's all right. I'm not going to stress about that anymore. I'm just going to... Oh, it is crooked. What is going on? Is the cardstock crooked? Okay, the cardstock is a little bit more than 12 by 12. You know what? I'm not. That's it. I'm done. We're gonna call it good. It's don't want to stress about the little things. So now I got the background. Now there are 2. I gotta go back because I don't remember. Okay, 2 strips. But I think what I'm going to do first is the photos. So I'm working on photos from when we were in Key West and we did our Disney cruise and all of that. Still, normally I drink wine when I go live, but this time I'm drinking a sparkling wild berry Celsius. So I thought we would take this. So this is Patrick Air Force Base in Florida, and it has been converted to Patrick Space Force Base. And I thought I should like document that, right? Like, to me, that's a big deal. It might not be to anyone else, but to me, it is. Okay, so I've got the photos, and I've got a bunch of different papers and such things. And if, I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm not using anything like super new. None of my products are brand new, and I think that that is the beautiful thing. Freaking YouTube keeps putting ads up and I can't see anything. I think that's the beautiful thing about Follow a Sketch February, right? Like, you don't have to use the latest products. It doesn't have to be the newest thing. It can be whatever you want. I think actually what I'm going to do is not matte the photos in black cardstock as well. What I think I want to do is leave that. All right, so I'm going to cut down a 3-inch rectangle in this, and then see this paper house paper. This is a great paper, right? But you might look at this side and be like, oh, it's very, 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 you know what I'm saying? But like, look at it in different hunks. This could be wood, this could be wood, this could be just some colors that you want like on the backgrounds of a photo type thing. And what I'm going to do is use this section right here. So the first thing I'm going to do is trim off the branding strip. And you might be going, I saw you had stencils, but you're not stenciling anything yet. Well, that part is coming, you guys. That part is coming. Okay, so again, I'm going to cut a 3-inch block. And now see, you can't even tell that this had a photorealistic thing on it. You can't even tell it. So here we got this. I am going to stencil these. So I'm going to pull this off to the side. I've got 2 different stencils. I've got the All-Star stencil, which is the very first stencil that I ever did. And it is very well loved, and it's 5+ years old now, and it's still holding up, and even though it's got stuff all over it. And I've got the Up, Up, and Away stencil, which is the airplane stencil, which, is anybody shocked there's an airplane stencil? I am not. Okay, so I have not switched out my glass mat yet, because while I did make huge progress in my room, it's not done yet. So what I'm just going to do is put this down like so. I will use the magnets to hold it down. And then what I'm going to do is do a yellow on top of yellow. So the stars are not going to be, would be helpful if I actually grab the ink pad side instead of the non-ink pad side. So what I am going to do is ink over this, and you can see the darker is going on there, but it is a good amount of ink and pressure that I have to put on this. This ink pad I feel like is getting a little bit dry. I'm not sure if I have an ink pad refiller, whatever those things are called. My mind is blanking right now. an ink pad refiller. What are they called? I know it's not a refiller. I know that there's a name, but daggone if I can. Hi, guys. Disney was amazing. Disney was so amazing that Christopher bought himself an annual pass. And, you know, Chloe's still down there working at Main Street, living her very best life. So we're going to go down in April for a couple days. So I'm stupid excited about that. But Disney was amazing. And I did not take a whole heck of a lot of pictures, which I think is okay, right? I think that's okay. Okay. All right, I want to make sure that there is enough ink on here. Okay, so I've got that. And yes, there are, you can see the stars. Totally works for me. Totally works for me. Okay, now I am going to re-anchor. Thanks, guys. had a dumb moment there, and that's okay. All right, so now we're gonna do the same thing with the airplanes, except this time, instead of doing a brown on brown to get like a tone on tone effect, I am going to do this. So how many have you guys done your Follow a Sketch February today? Or did you hate it and you were like, no girl, actually I need to, you were like, today's sketch was not my jam, it's not something I'm doing, which is fine, right? Like, this is the whole, we're gonna do it like this. That's the whole point of Follow a Sketch February, right? It's like to help you get going. But if there's a sketch you hate, or there's just something that is not your jam, freaking ads, man, they keep popping up. And there goes my phone. So if something isn't your jam, it's like there's no penalty for not doing it. Does that make sense? I hope that that makes sense. I am a very low-key, do what makes you happy kind of scrapbooker, and I think most of you know that by now. But that's definitely how I feel about it. So if there's a sketch where you're like, girl, why the hell did you pick that one? I'm not offended. You know, sometimes I'm like, yeah, I don't know why I picked that one either. Which happens. Okay, so now we got the airplanes on here. So let's take a peek at those. Whoops. Yep. Airplanes. Perfect. Now this is where I am going to matte. I'm going to matte again on the black cardstock. Like I said, not going to do the photos. Going to keep those a little bit different. So okay, so I'm going to cut this at 4.5 so that this is the length. So I feel like this is good, right? Like, let's put the airplanes going up instead of down. You did day 3 sketch today. Yeah, go for it, Sandy. That's what I love about Follow a Sketch February. Like, nobody's pressuring you, and if somebody is, you let me know, because that's not cool. Okay, so we're going to matte this bad boy like so. And I will tell you, Christopher and I both feel like the sickness is hanging on. I had one of my partners at work that called out sick a couple weeks ago, and she said that she still doesn't feel great, and it rears its ugly head. Like last night, all of a sudden I got super congested. It was a pain. Like I'm over the sickness. Okay, now I think what I am going to do, because it was an Air Force base, then it was a Space Force base, we're gonna go airplanes, stars. And that's the reason why, and it makes sense in my mind, so that's what we're gonna go for, right? Let me pull back up the sketch real quick just to make sure I'm not. So in the sketch, it seems like everything is much more condensed and in, but I am not going to do that because my photos are larger than what they say, what the recommended photos are, right? Like it's gonna even overlap here, which is fine. And then again, this used to say Patrick Air Force Base on it. We're gonna overlap here as well. You can't even see a bunch of the stars anymore, but like I said, I am not stressing about it. Okay, so now that is there. Now I need to put the decorative bits down here and the journaling will go here. I'm not going to put on a separate journaling card. I think I'm just going to journal straight on, and yes, I will actually journal on this page. But let me, let's figure out what I want to put here, right? Because the title also has to go down, which is supposed to be on a decorative bit right here. So let's see what we got. I thought that using some pocket cards would be awesome to actually use some things up. I know that this says fall favorite, but I feel like I can camouflage that. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to camouflage that. So I'm gonna pull this, I'm gonna trim just down a little bit. I like the color, I like the green with this. Okay, trim it down just a tiny little bit more. Tiny little bit more, a little bit more. Getting all of the tiniest little bits of cuts. Whoops. Oh, I just messed that up. So we're gonna grab the scissors. And I just talked about not feeling 100% and my nose just started to run. So if I sniff a little bit, guys, I'm sorry. I guess I could have just cut this to begin with. This is the same size. It is a little bit bigger, but I'm not stressing. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's just not worth it to stress about it. Okay, and we're gonna cover up fall favorite because this isn't really, I mean, this was in wondering if this should be the title, and nope, we're gonna cover it up like this. That's what we're gonna do. Okay, so we got that. We're gonna cover that up. We're gonna get a tab or something. Not exactly sure what yet, because I don't exactly have that out, but it's fine. Let me take a peek again. Okay, so there is some things in the center, right? And I do have these guys. So maybe I should put it this way. And then it just kind of covers it up on its own, right? Like there's that. And then if I put this one, if this one goes above and this one goes below, I'm gonna put a little put a little adhesive on there. So that it goes like this. And then we'll, maybe I need to put a little adhesive there too. And then we'll go there. I just try to camouflage my sniff when I did the ATGs. I wonder if anybody, if it was actually camouflaged. Okay, so. I can do it like this. And what I am going to do is, because there is a tiny little gap down here, right? What I'm going to do is move this over ever so slightly. So there's a tiny little gap there. So it kind of matches, right? Like, I have no idea if this is where I originally had these or not, but it seems like it's gonna work. Okay, now, this also has some things across here, and then it's got some stringy bits, and then it's got like a decorative thing for the title. Now, I had actually brought, I don't think I'm going to use this. I don't like that. Originally, I thought I was going to use this, and I might not even do the thing across here, because like I said, it's not, I'm not vibing with it. But let me get something that I can place here as the title, like the little box for the title. Do we want a frame type situation? Because I got some frames. Got this guy right here. And then what I think would be kind of cool is if I did this. It might be a little big. What if we did the little guy down here? What if we did it like this and put something in there? Right, like something needs to be in there, I think. Not entirely sure what yet, but something. Maybe something orange. Maybe bring in a little bit of the orange. Do I have anything? Got some orange here. Okay, let's try this. We'll see if this goes. I need to trim off a little bit so it fits. Put that down like so. Trim off some more, again, so it fits. And then if we do it like this, do I want it? Okay, if we do it like this. Hi, Deb. I know, it's been a long time since I've done a live. I'm hoping that now that the move has happened, all of the holidays are over, I passed, you know, I graduated concussion treatment, all of that stuff. We can, this will be more of a regular, but I think now I need more orange color, right? And I just threw that away. Why did I throw that away? Okay, we're gonna trim it down, and I think what I'm gonna do is add more orange here. Or do we want it here? Maybe there. I think I like it there better than there. Okay, and then I have these little guys. It says remember, which probably nobody was thinking when they made these stickers, when Dear Lizzie made these stickers way back in 2015. I'm sure she wasn't thinking, oh yeah, somebody's going to use these for remember the force. Probably not, but I think it's okay. Okay, so I'm going to put it like this, so it's going to go over top. Sewing a lot though. Wow, not in over a year. Dang. I can't imagine not, you know, I say that, I can't imagine not scrapbooking for over a year, but I think I did have a time where there was a big time in my life where I had done our big epic Disney 2008 trip, and I was just burnt out from scrapbooking after that, and I took a break. Don't remember exactly how long it was, but gotta do what's right for you. You gotta have the hobbies and do the things that bring you joy. And if the scrapbooking is not bringing the joy, then we're gonna cover up that number right there. And also, this is the best tool in the world. Thank you, Sharon. My friend Sharon gave me this a couple years ago. It's the best thing in the absolute world. The pokey tool and the brad tine bender downer. Not that any company makes brads anymore, because everything's adhesive-backed brads, which aren't brads. You and I both know they aren't brads. Whoops, wrong hole. Okay, so I'm going to have remember the force, and then something needs to go here. Maybe some sort of airplane bit. Nope, I think the airplane bit needs to be there. But something decorative has to go there. Let's see what I got. As I'm sniffing, as I turn away from the camera, I'm like, let's get all the sniffs out before the people hear it. But I'm sure you guys are hearing it anyway. So, I've got, let's pull out these. So these are decorative brads, which are self-adhesive brads, which means they aren't brads. They're epoxy stickers on metal rims. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do is actually put that one there. That one there. That's going to go there to bridge the kind of gap between everything that's going on. I'm going to put that there because there's two. Now we got 3 circles, so that makes me kind of happy. Now we need some letter stickers to spell out the force. So I'm gonna grab these because these are first, and they're handy. And F-O-R-C-E. Okay, so that'll work. Now these tile stickers were cut incorrectly, so they have these weirdnesses to them, and that means that the front side isn't the same exact size as the back side. And if that stresses you out, then maybe you should contact American Crafts when you first bought them, but like I said, most of the time I don't let this stuff stress me out. I just make it work. I just don't care that much. You know what I mean? Okay, so now I need the word the there. So I either need to find my super tiny little letter stickers or I need to write it. I'm gonna see if the super tiny ones are, yep, they're here. Do I have enough though? That is the question. We can Frankenstein the tile stickers. So a 1. Sorry, I'm sniffing, guys. I know that that irritates some people. An H, we actually have an H, and then we'll do an F for E, and then I will grab a, probably not a Sharpie, probably not the best choice. And then we'll just do some lines to make that happen like so. Oh, a school album. That's important when we tell the people that we'll make them something. That's definitely important. Okay, again, I'm standing away from the camera, facing the dream box, putting a sticker back. Look at me putting stuff away. Okay, now in the sketch, it does call for the journaling here, but I think I am going to journal right here. And to prove to you guys that I'm journaling, okay, the journaling is done. The layout is done. I think I'm gonna call it, you guys. I did not even use this one. I did pull it out for the stars, but I ultimately decided it didn't need it. And yeah, I'm happy with this. So you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me for the beginning of Follow a Sketch February. After Follow a Sketch February is over, there is 30 days of sketches with Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life. So if you don't have enough sketches, then there is the place to go. I think hers is like rendition 16 or something. She does hers every couple of months. And in case you ever had a trivia question about Follow Sketch February, which only the Lord in heaven knows why you would ever have a trivia question about Follow a Sketch February. But the very first Follow a Sketch February was in 2018. So it has been a hot minute since this has been going on. But anyway, Follow Sketching Friday will also be back after this because, you know, I've missed it. My room is not done. It should be, but it's not. But let me see if I can give you a little quick view of what we are working with. So hopefully it won't make anybody sick, but we are moving around. So I still have those over there. I've got a pile off to the side here. Things are getting, there's that. Got some piles over here that have not been done. Piles on the dream box. There's yesterday's mixed media background that I think turned out great. I hopefully will find something this month to do. So piles on the ground here. There's some stencils under there. I got piles under the desk. That's all stuff that needs to go away. The pins still have not been moved into the room where they're supposed to be, but I did get a bunch of art up on the walls. That's blank space up there at the top is art yet to be determined that needs to go there. But I got some Disney things up here. Check them out, Nancy. So they are up, and yeah, the dream box is still the dream box. Anyway, guys, that is going to do it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I'll see you guys again real soon for another video.